Ever wish your Oracle sales could just like whip up a perfect quote from Oracle CPQ?
Like magic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No more jumping between systems. Today, we're diving into how to actually make that happen.
Sounds pretty magical to me.
Right. We've got some excerpts from this guide, Integrating Oracle Sales with Oracle CPQ.
Catchy title.
Yeah, well, it's a mouthful, but don't worry, we'll break it down. No jargon allowed.
Just the good stuff.
Exactly. So why is this integration such a big deal, especially for, say, companies with intricate products or huge deals?
Okay, picture this. You've got a sales team,
Yeah.
and they're swamped with opportunities.
Always.
Each one needs different products, configurations, pricing.
A nightmare if you're doing it all manually.
Exactly. This integration is about making those systems play nice together.
Music to my ears. But let's get practical. What does this actually look like for a sales team day to day?
So let's say a salesperson is working on this big opportunity, needs to generate a quote. Instead of this whole system hopping mess,
Nah, the worst.
they can just launch Oracle CPQ right there in Oracle Sales.
No way.
Yeah, they build the quote, all the details, boom, everything flows back into the opportunity record, no more manual updates, no errors, just smooth sailing.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. But this can't be one size fits all, right? Every business is different. It can't be one size fits all, can it? I mean, every business is like its own unique snowflake, right?
You're telling me this isn't about fitting a square peg in a round hole,
Yeah.
The real beauty is you can customize it.
Okay, I like where this is going. But like, where do you even start? This guide keeps mentioning planning, which, fair enough.
Right, so first things first, you got to figure out your product info, the source of truth, as they call it.
Makes sense.
The guide calls this product source. Basically, you're deciding between Oracle CPQ and Oracle Product Hub.
So which one's the MVP?
Well, it depends. If Product Hub is your main hub for all that data, stick with it. But if you're mostly in CPQ, then yeah, make that your source.
Gotcha. What's next?
Product and price modeling. This one's huge. It's how your sales team actually uses the system.
Okay, break it down for me.
Basically, it's about structuring your products and pricing in CPQ. You got simple products, or are they super configurable with, like, tons of options? How you set it up in CPQ determines what goes to Oracle Sales.
So like lots of options depending on what you're selling. Cool, cool. Now, what about this sync options thing? The guide mentions a couple of ways to sync between CPQ and sales.
Yeah, so you've got quote line sync and revenue reconciliation. Quote line sync is like the full shebang. Every detail from your CPQ quotes gets mirrored over to sales.
And revenue reconciliation, that's more streamlined.
Yep, just the financial stuff, for forecasting, reporting. Keeps things tidy in sales.
So choosing how much detail you need, the guide mentions this table, options for, quote, line type sync. What's that all about?
Think of it as a cheat sheet to help you choose the right sync option. It breaks down the options so you can see what works for you.
Handy. But with all this customization, there must be ways to mess it up, right?
Oh, for sure. Pick the wrong sync option. You could end up with a real mess in Oracle Sales. Or, even worse, miss out on important info because you didn't set it up right.
So planning is key. Understand your needs, all that jazz.
Exactly.
We've covered those three big decisions: product source, product and price modeling, and sync options. But how does the data actually move between the systems? What's going on in the background?
Things get a tad technical here, but I'll keep it simple. We're talking web services, mainly REST and SOAP. They're like the messengers that move the data between Oracle Sales and CPQ.
REST and SOAP, huh? Vaguely familiar, but refresh my memory.
No worries. Basically, they're just ways for different applications to talk to each other. Think of them as the languages that Oracle Sales and CPQ use.
So REST and SOAP are like the unsung heroes here. But what info is actually moving between the systems?
All the important stuff. We're talking opportunity details, account info, like a summary of the quote, and then each line item in the quote, too.
Got it. Those are like the essentials for sure, but
Yeah.
is that it? Or can you get like even more specific?
Oh, totally. You can customize it. The standard integration has the basics, but if you've got, special data that's like crucial for you, you can sync that too.
Now we're talking. Kind of like a custom-tailored data integration, which reminds me, this guide mentions some pretty neat extra configurations. One that caught my eye was handling like multiple CPQ processes. That's got to be huge for companies with all sorts of different sales needs.
It's a game changer, seriously. Let's say you're selling software, right? And your CPQ process for monthly subscriptions is totally different from like annual contracts.
Makes sense.
This integration lets you set up both in CPQ and use either one, depending on what you need. all within Oracle Sales.
Yeah.
No more workarounds.
Love it. And then there's that whole automatic opportunity update thing that could save so much time, right?
Right. Imagine your salesperson sends a quote through CPQ, customer says yes. Instead of manually updating everything in sales,
Yeah, what a pain.
this does it automatically. Quotes approved in CPQ, boom, opportunity in sales is updated. Keeps everything in sync.
Efficiency, automation, my two favorite words. So as we wrap this deep dive into Oracle sales and CPQ integration, what's the big takeaway?
Work smarter, not harder.
Right.
This integration can make your sales process so much smoother, better data, and lets your sales team actually focus on selling. The key is to be smart about it, figure out what you need, and configure it so it actually works for you.
Could have said it better myself. We've covered the what, the why, the how. Now it's your turn, dear listener. Think about those little things that bug you in your sales process. The slowdowns, the workarounds, the data mismatches. Could this be the answer? Something to consider. Until next time.